Hey everybody! I'm Game Gear Gabby, and today I'm gonna be ranking every single song in FNF versus Sonic.exe from worst to best. I'm gonna be completely honest, I have no idea what the general consensus on this OST is. I don't hear people talk about versus Sonic.exe much anymore, but if I do, it's probably gonna be something much more recent. And that sucks, because a lot of the more recent stuff is very not good. Cough cough Black Sun Marstar Bro mix, cough cough Triple Trouble Encore, cough cough Final Escape Saster mix. Regardless, I'm not talking about V3 or V4 of this mod for now. We have 13 songs to go through, and you might be wondering where I got 13 from. Well, despite there only being 11 songs in V2's OST, I decided to include the cut songs from V1, so Endless V1 and Execution get a mention. I just did that so that I could bump the number up to the spooky number. So, without further ado, grab your conveniently placed Alan and brutally murder him, and let's get into the ranking!
Mary, is that a police? I'm calling the weed!
420, what you smoking?
Listen, as much as I kinda like Sonic, Too Fast is an awful song. This song has all of 3 melodies. It has one at the beginning, then one just repeated throughout the rest of the song, occasionally broken up by one other melody. And it's all just a remix of Green Hill Zone. And you can tell Sonic hit some of that za right before singing this song because goddamn he sounds awful. Don't try to sing after smoking weed, I'm speaking from experience. It's not an F tier because BF at least sounds good and one of the melodies is pretty alright, but the rest of the song is just not very good. I will say the song does fit the joke that is Sonic, but the joke with Sonic is that he's low effort, so in order to fit the joke as best they could, they kinda had to make a low effort and bad song, and especially considering what the encore version blessed us with, yeah, this is abysmal. You know what? Fuck it. If this video gets 100 views and /or 5 likes, I'll make a ranking on V3. Actually, better yet, V4. That said, just be warned, that'll be a very messy video. Moving on.
Milk and cereal.
Milk and cereal.
Milk and cereal.
Cereal and milk.
I'm gonna describe what I hear when I listen to Milk, and I'm gonna be completely honest. I hear nothing but a messy mishmash of references sung by a pretty good chromatic, all put under a hydraulic press and squished into this amalgamation. That may be a bit harsh considering I have it in C tier and not D tier, but I don't think the song is bad, just messy. If you were to put a gun to the back of my head and tell me to point out one unique melody this song has, I'm dead. All of this is just references, from the Milk and Cereal song, to the Best Day Ever from SpongeBob, to Endless, and it's all strung together into this absolute mess of a song. I don't think the song is necessarily bad, but I just have no reason to ever go back to it. Much like Too Fast, the encore version of the song is leagues better, still having references, but having plenty of its own melodies as well. Although, if you want my full opinion on that song, you gotta hit that like button. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules here, I just enforce them. Alright, on to the songs I can confidently say I like. Time for the first song of the mod, Too Slow. Too Slow is a complicated one because objectively speaking, the song isn't great. But to me, man, it just sounds good. I love how Sonic.exe's chromatic sounds. It's not the best in the mod because pretty much every chromatic in this mod is great, besides you, but it's up there. The first part is a reference to the final level from the original Sonic.exe, and it sets the song up really well. And then the second half throws what little subtlety that was in the song out the window, and Sonic.exe goes whole hog. And while a lot of the melodies are pretty samey, they still sound good. And at the end of the song, the drowning melody is played. And while this is pretty cliche now, it definitely gets a pass here because this was one of the first songs to do this. It's very fast-paced and frantic, and I like that. That said, the inconsistent pace of the song combined with the somewhat repetitive nature means it can't go any higher. Also, we're 3 for 3 on songs that have encore mixes that absolutely shit on the originals. Damn.
Chaos Control!
Chaos is probably the most, yeah, it's aight song in the mod. This song has you facing Fleetway from the comics, and he has a very fitting chromatic that sounds pretty good. I like the energy of the song, it's fast and chaotic, which was a really good choice. The fast back and forth sound pretty good, and of course, halfway through the song, BF goes super and the song reaches its climax. That all sounds cool, so what's the problem? I don't know, it's just kinda basic. I think the chaotic back and forth of the song was good for the time, but we've advanced since then, and looking back at the song in the grand year of 2026, when we have things like Your Copy and Unbeatable, it's alright, nothing crazy. Probably the song I have the least to say about now that I think about it. That said, I'll have a lot more to say about the A-tier songs. Yep, that's right, 9 out of the 13 songs are A-tier and above. Impressive. Hot take alert, I repeat, hot take alert. Endless is probably the closest thing this mod has to a purely vibes-based song, with maybe 2 exceptions. It's just a chill bop. Majin has an absolutely fantastic chromatic, but in a mod like this where damn near every chromatic is fantastic, I can't say it's my favorite. He also has some really nice slide to his voice, and his hold notes sound really good. The duets he has with BF are also good, making a feeling of back and forth that absolutely shits on Chaos. Majin's voice also works well with the faster paced sections, so with all the praise I've given to the song, why is it not higher? The beat in the background is just way too loud. I'm sorry, but after a few re-listens of the song, my ears start to hurt from how loud it is. I also think that after nearly 4 years of this song existing, it started to age just a little bit. I get that's gonna happen with FNF songs, but in order to be truly amazing, you have to be able to stand the test of time, and this song just really doesn't do that for me. Which version is better? V1 is slightly faster, but V2 has a better instrumental. I guess it depends on my mood, but right now, going off a whim, I'll say V2 is better. Why not? I'm probably gonna ruffle some feathers by putting Execution this high, especially since I put Endless below it, but man, I love Execution. I can acknowledge that from an objective perspective, this song is probably too high, but this is my list. I do what I want. If I want to put Triple Trouble in F tier, I can put Triple Trouble in F tier. Not that I would ever even think about doing that, but regardless, Lord X sounds okay. Maybe his vocals aren't the best, basically just being Tricky's vocals with extra effects, but trust me, that's this song's biggest problem. Everything else about the song is great. The instrumental is one of the best in the whole mod, the melodies are great, aside from the ones that are just taken from Thorns, and the runtime is exactly where it should be. 2 minutes and 2 seconds feels just right for what the song was trying to be. It's a solid banger, and I like it. The only thing I don't like about the song is Lord X's chromatic, but aside from that, great song. I used to have this song as my last place. What on earth was I thinking? The song is great. I know I said that Endless was the most vibes-based song, and it is, if you're a normal person, but I am anything but. I love the atmosphere of this song, as well as how echoey it is. Lord X has one of the best chromatics in the mod, which is crazy considering I was just complaining about his V1 chromatic. The melodies are also great, although, now we get to my biggest problem with the song. I feel like the melodies get a little samey after a while. Don't get me wrong, I like them all, but I wouldn't blame an average Joe Schmo for saying the song is repetitive. That said, the easy best thing about the song is without a doubt the instrumental. All of the instruments come together to form such a weird instrumental, and it fits perfectly. It's not my favorite instrumental in the mod, more on that later, but it's still absolutely fantastic. Overall, a great song, and I have no idea what I was thinking saying it was the worst in the mod back when I made the first tier list for this ranking. And I only made that tier list 6 months ago. A lot can change in so little time.
I found you, Faker!
Why do people swear that Faker is the best song in the mod? Like, it's in my top 5, yeah, but calling it the best song in the mod is like calling mint chocolate chip the best ice cream flavor. Like, yeah, it's up there, but it's not number 1. I probably just made more people mad with that take than I have with any other take on my entire channel. I'm gonna be completely honest, I could just take the script I made for Cycles and put it here. In fact, that's what I'm gonna do. I love the atmosphere of the song, as well as how echoey it is. EXE has one of the best chromatics in the mod. The melodies are also great, although now we get to one of my biggest problems with this song. I feel like the melodies get a little samey after a while. Don't get me wrong, I like them all, but I wouldn't blame an average Joe Schmo for saying the song is repetitive. That said, the easy best thing about the song is without a doubt the instrumental. All of the instruments come together to form such a weird instrumental, and it fits perfectly. It's not my favorite instrumental in the mod, more on that later, but it's still absolutely fantastic. Overall, a great song. The only thing I'd say doesn't apply is that I think the vocals are the best part of the song, not the instrumental. That said, great song. Man, I sure do wish EXE had a second song that had every good quality of this song, had much more distinct melodies, and was much more intense. Wait... You know, it's surprising how many people sleep on You Can't Run, which is a damn shame because this song is great. Sonic.exe sounds as good as ever, both with the hold notes and with the fast notes. I cannot emphasize enough how good the hold notes are in this song. Seriously, they are fantastic. The 16-bit part is also good. Whoever did the pixel art for these sections did a great job. That said, why is this song not in S tier? I think everything before the pixel section is just kinda there. Whenever I listen to the song, I listen to it for the second half, and the first half just kinda gets in my way. Once again, it's not bad, but it holds the song back from being S tier for me. Speaking of which, onto the S tier songs, which, by the way, are all high S tiers. Like, really high S tiers.
Ready, set, go!
And the award for the most underrated song in the mod goes to Sunshine. Sunshine is a song that I rarely hear people praise online. People mainly just praise Triple Trouble, Endless, and Faker. For how god-awful the original Tails Doll creepypasta is, seriously, I honestly think it's worse than the original Sonic.exe creepypasta. This song is shockingly amazing. Tails Doll, to my knowledge, has never had a canon voice, so the devs had to take some creative liberty, and the voice they gave Tails Doll works really well. It sounds menacing and good to listen to at the same time. Now, what about the song itself? The instrumental has a nice rock feeling to it. Does it fit Tails Doll? Brother, do I look like I care? And the melodies are really good throughout. The highlight, though, is definitely the "Can You Feel the Sunshine" motif. It's one of the singular best parts of the song in this whole mod. The lights going out, the instrumental getting more intense, Tails Doll's voice getting deeper and more guttural. My god, it's all so good! The only reason it's not higher is just because I like the other songs more. More people need to talk about the song. The fact that it isn't a song that's constantly praised, while much worse songs like Endless are discussed to death, just goes to show how the FNF sphere always has their focus on the wrong things. This is a fantastic, intense, and hardcore song that could have easily been the boring, generic nothing burger that the original Tails Doll creepypasta was. Although, even if other people can't feel the sunshine, it definitely brightens up my day, and I have no intentions of running away from it.
Mr. Sun came up and he smiled at me.
As much as I thought this was going to be my number one for the longest time, Black Sun just barely misses out on the gold. Black Sun at the time was one of the most different and most interesting songs in all of FNF. Black Sun is the dictionary definition of "the vibes are off," and no, it's not because of the giant, bloody, fleshy, murderous hedgehog in front of you, or the burning Tails corpse just chilling in the background. Rather, it's the music itself. The instrumental is very odd, with sounds of banging metal, loud church bells, and a choir. which was all alien to FNF songs at the time. EXE's chromatic is also incredibly good, sounding very guttural and having a bit of a growl to it. Also, I don't know if anybody else hears this, and I'm not even sure how to describe it, but his voice almost sounds like two voices. Like, there's his chromatic, and then there's a faint echo to it in the background that sort of sounds like the same voice, but doesn't at the same time. It's weird. Also, I know art doesn't factor into this discussion, but holy shit, EXE is just absolutely hideously disgusting in the best way. He is one of the ugliest creatures I've ever seen, and yes, I have looked in the mirror today. Anyways, this song also has some absolutely stunning melodies, with the instrumental working very closely to make every melody feel even more powerful. Say all you want about this mod, but I truly believe it pushed what FNF mods could do, both with the gameplay and with the music. And the two songs that exemplify this the best are the song at my #1 spot and this song. This song really encouraged composers to be different and get creative with their songs, for better or for worse. That said, while this song was my #1 for so long due to what it is, it just barely missed out on the top spot because of what it isn't. Because what it isn't is genre defining. But what if there was a song that was genre defining? On to #1. I mean, are you really surprised? This song absolutely blew up when it first came out. While a few songs had tried to be long marathon songs before, literally all of them failed miserably. There was something about them that just wasn't captivating. But what was it? Simple, all of them were only one phase long. So why don't we introduce a song that is multiple phases long, has the best instrumental of the whole mod, has the best vocals of the whole mod, has the best melodies of the whole mod, and has some banger art on top of that? Well, you get this song. Triple Trouble. Let's go phase by phase, shall we? Tails' phase is an incredibly strong start, as Tails has an absolutely fantastic chromatic. All of the phases against the characters' souls have a very similar structure. A few turns of back and forth, a duet as the climax of the phase, then some more duets to end it off. Tails' phase starts out good, but really shines during the duets, where he sings the chemical plant motif, and the rest of his phase, while nothing noteworthy, is still good. And then we get to Xenophanes. Xeno's first phase implementing the drowning theme is genius, and it sounds absolutely fantastic. Xeno's voice has even been altered a little bit with some extra effects, and it sounds great. Next is Knuckles, and oh boy. Now, before I say anything, I know Knuckles is considered to have the worst face in the song, and to that I say, did you actually listen to the song? Knuckles' phase is phenomenal. His vocal performance is fantastic, the melodies are amazing, and the Unknown for Me motif is absolutely perfect. But what about the volume of his vocals? Aren't they too quiet? What do you mean? No, seriously, what do you mean? Whatever everybody's talking about with Knuckles being too quiet, I genuinely cannot hear it. Like, I have listened to Knuckles' part several times over just to try and find the part people were complaining about, and I physically cannot hear it. I don't know, maybe my ears just aren't developed enough. Anyways, next up is Xeno's second phase, and it's only slightly worse than the first. This one aims to be a bit of a slower part, and it works very well. And then we get to Robotnik. Immediately, Robotnik turns up the speed of the song and starts spitting absolute bars. A lot of people say this is the best phase of the song, and I can't even blame them. It's absolutely fantastic. The motif of his fight theme from Sonic 2 is good as well, and then we get to Xeno again, and I'm gonna be honest. The first two turns of Xeno's third phase are the worst part of the song. Both turns are just kinda there. and I feel like there definitely could have been more. That said, this song is an absolute gauntlet. It keeps the fire burning the entire time, and it only dies down a little bit by the end. It defined what a final song of the mod should be, shifting the focus from an obligatory fast and hard song to an obligatory multiple phase gauntlet that the listener will remember for days on end. Once again, for better or for worse. In my opinion, putting this song anywhere below number 1 is outright disrespectful. I think it deserves to be number 1 on everyone's list solely because of the impact it had on FNF. And I would go a step further. I don't think FNF mods would be as good as they are today if this song never existed. It's an absolute masterpiece that deserves every single ounce of praise it's ever gotten. A truly fantastic song. So that was the ranking. Here's my tier list. Pretty damn good for how old this mod is. I'm glad I covered this one. Overall, I'd give this mod a solid A tier placement. It's a great mod. The next video I do will be every level in Super Mario 64 ranked. So with all that said, thank you so much for watching. See you next happy hour.